The raccoon is a mammal closely related to bears and canids. Its scientific name, Procyon loter, means before the dog, and a washer, referring to its habit of handling food in the water. Raccoons are native to North America. In many parts of Ontario, the numbers have fluctuated over the years. Their range is increasing northward as land is cleared and the climate becomes warmer. A mischievous, adaptable animal, he can be found in suburbia, in a farmer's field, or by a stream in a hardwood bush. The raccoon has a black mask, rounded ears, and a large bushy tail. Its fur consists of soft, dense undercoat with stiff, long guard hairs. These guard hairs are white-tipped on the belly and flanks and black-tipped on the back. Standing 15 to 30 centimeters high at the shoulder, a typical male weighs 8.6 kilograms. The female is slightly smaller and weighs less. Raccoons have highly developed senses of touch and smell, both essential for daylight activities and nocturnal wanderings. Their legs are short and slender. The paws have 5 toes on each with non-retractable claws. The back feet rotate around for a better grip when climbing down objects. The animal has no opposable thumb, yet the digits are agile and sensitive. These can be used to locate food in the dark or in crevices. Raccoons are territorial, but have a very limited home range. Home ranges vary from 2.5 square kilometers to 7.5 square kilometers. The adult male has the largest home range. During mating season, the males may travel 15 kilometers a night in search of a mate. Dens of raccoons are located in a wide variety of sites. Both tree and ground dens are important to Ontario raccoons. Burrows of other animals, culverts, attics, and barns may all be used. Usually, dens are in hollow trees, upright or prone. Elm, maple, basswood, and oak are all good den trees. 3 den types are used: dens for evading enemies, and overwintering and rearing dens.
Dennis Boyd, research scientist.
Large old oak trees like this large tree here are used a great deal by raccoons during the winter months. And it's during these winter months that mating begins for raccoons in January and February each winter. Most of the young females will breed in their first winter, whereas very few of the young males will in their first winter season. This mating then is followed by a gestation period of about 63 days before the young are born in mid-April to mid-May in the spring months when conditions are warmer. The usual litter size is about 4 to 5, but it ranges all the way from 1 to 7 per female.
At birth, the young weigh about 7 grams. The newborn are blind and furred everywhere except on the tail. The face mask is evident at 10 days, the rings on the tail around 19, the eyes open at 21 days. By July, the young forage for food with their mother. She's solely responsible for the young raccoon's training and education. At this age, the young are extremely curious and are constantly being watched by their mother. The family usually dens together in autumn. The juveniles forage on the female's home range on warm days throughout the winter. At temperatures below freezing, the raccoon stays in its den, remaining inactive. This animal is not a true hibernator in that its body temperature, metabolic, and heart rate does not lower. Raccoons will emerge from their dens on warm winter nights to forage for food. Over the winter, they may lose half their weight, and many juveniles die from starvation. It's believed that the abundance and distribution of raccoons in Ontario is mainly determined by the length of the winter. By early spring, the young are ready to become independent and leave their mother's home range. Raccoons are opportunistic feeders. Food habits are influenced by availability and season. Preferred foods are corn, insects, crayfish, oats, and eggs. The remainder of the diet can be fruits, small mammals, nuts, carrion, and birds. The raccoon does not wash its food before eating. The appearance of moving it around in water may simply reflect the raccoon's investigative approach to an object. A healthy adult raccoon has few enemies besides man. Red foxes, coyotes, owls, and free-ranging dogs may prey on the young.
At the northern limit of the range, as raccoons are in Ontario, overwintering is a very critical time of the year for them. At that time, additional burdens such as parasites become most important. Some of the external parasites that are common in raccoons include mites, and ticks, fleas, and even lice. Internal parasites such as tapeworms and roundworms also create an additional burden and can result in a critical influence on their survival during the winter months.
Trappers and hunters should promptly submit diseased carcasses to the ministry. Raccoons are susceptible to distemper and rabies. Distemper from the animal can cause man to have flu-like symptoms. Trappers suspicious of their health should contact a medical doctor. Raccoons account for a very small percentage of rabies cases in Ontario. Raccoons may be hunted or trapped only by appropriately licensed individuals or by landowners protecting the property. An important management consideration is the level of harvest. Limited trapping and hunting seasons are set to prevent over-harvesting, taking of pregnant females, and to correspond to times when the pelt is prime. In some local areas, raccoon pelts may prime late and should be harvested accordingly. Favorable habitat conditions must be created or kept in order to ensure an optimum raccoon population. The drainage of wetlands or destruction of den trees should be discouraged. Trappers and hunters can assist in effective management by concentrating their efforts in areas where the raccoon is a nuisance to farmers and landowners. Written permission should be obtained before hunting and must be obtained before trapping can take place. Research such as finding out the animal's age by examining the teeth is an important component. Live trapping and recapturing raccoons yields information about juveniles, mortality, and movements. Radio collaring of raccoons can yield valuable information on animal behavior, locating of den trees, activity, and mortality. Trappers can keep themselves informed on the status of raccoon populations in their area and do a better job of management by talking to the conservation officers and by recording their harvest throughout the season and the ratio of juveniles to old. Pelt size measurements and information on pelt quality when related to the date of capture are especially valuable to the trapper, hunter, and the ministry. Close cooperation between these groups will ensure the sound management of this important fur bearer.